Awesome. Let me just put up this presentation and we'll get started. Yes, it is month end indeed. Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all. You are the early birds and the serious ones, and today's topic is change your buying habits. That is success habit number 1. And I thought we would use this opportunity also to have comments, questions, testimonies. So I'm going to do a very short presentation. Welcome to all the guests. And if you are looking at this for the first time, I hope it won't be a bit of a muddle for you, because we're going to do nuts and bolts, but never mind, you will learn something new. My name is Esther Zanambasi, very, very passionate about what we do in this family. And also, I've been for a few years very determined to share what we have in this family called Neolife. I'm a medical doctor by training. By passion, I like to say that I truly want to see people healthy. So today's topic is about success habit number 1 and how you can change your buying habits and why indeed it is important to change your buying habits. Okay, so why? Why? We have a mission, and our mission is to give everyone the power to live healthier and happier lives. And our overall purpose and vision as a family, the Neolife family, is to end the trend of poor health and financial stress. But one has to ask this question: what is wrong? Why do we see people falling sick despite all the modernization and all the technology and all the many different disease modulating methods and medications? Why are people still falling sicker than ever before? Okay. We are seeing changes in disease profile, and I can vouch for that because a long time ago in the 70s and 80s, when I was still at school, we were seeing fewer people sick compared to what we are seeing now. And yet there are more medications being used to manage chronic diseases than ever before. Personally, this is my personal opinion at the bottom. You can decide whether you believe it or not. I believe it adds to the toxic burden. Now, scientists have actually talked about it a lot, and they agree that exposure to air pollution and all those things that are happening in modern society actually increase the risk of diabetes, hypertension, asthma, and heart diseases, cardiovascular diseases. They point out coronary artery disease, but you can think of the entire circulation. Now, the unseen dangers of synthetic endocrine disrupting chemicals are inside our homes. And we, month after month, buy them, take them home, and they create all sorts of situations in our bodies. Now, that is personally my story. That's what I was looking for. And that's how come I started searching for a different way to buy, to shop. So I'm urging everybody who's a guest here and everybody who's in the family already, please choose to change the buying habits in your household. I hope that's strong enough. So we have a vision, and obviously everybody should have a vision for themselves and their future. And it's essentially a dream with a plan to it. So you might ask, what is your plan? If that is your vision, to make your home a haven free of toxins, what is your plan? And perhaps that's what I want to share this evening, to learn a different way to choose and buy. And I want to introduce you to an old range. This was the first range of green home care products in the world. They call it Golden Home Care Range. And when you compare them to ordinary ones that are sold in the store, you need to know that the golden ones have no phthalates. Phthalates are hormone disrupting chemicals. They make sure that they don't have those obesogens. They make sure they don't have things like various hormone disrupting additives and fillers that may lead to allergies. They are sold as concentrates so that you can dilute them yourself at home. And then they save the environment a lot of discarding into the environment of plastic. All these things are reusable. I recycle my bottles. I found a place where I can take all my plastics, including the pill bottles. This is high quality plastic, by the way. But I found a place where somebody comes and takes them away and converts it into garden furniture, beautiful garden furniture. So these are recyclable. Now I want to introduce habit number one. Oh yeah, the other thing about them, they're totally versatile. The habit of using the products and why it is so important. I've talked about versatility and economy. 1 liter will cost far less than if you were to buy several products to clean the oven, clean the bathroom, clean the toilet, do the walls, do the sinks and baths, the car engine, spots in the furniture, spots on clothes as a pre-wash, everything. That's this product here. And then this one, it will wash your dishes, but at the same time, it is gentle enough to wash a baby. It can shave for the men who like to shave, and yet it is so non-toxic. In fact, it has absolutely no toxins in it that it can wash your fruits and vegetables. And it is gentle enough to wash delicate fabrics. It's an amazing product. I don't know. Oh, I'm just so glad I came across it. And so taking health and well-being to another level is what we are talking about. For example, care. I refused to allow the 70 and 80% alcohol onto my skin because alcohol is a toxin. It is a toxin and it can damage the liver. This one called Care is so effective. You can have a hospital-grade disinfectant out of Care, and yet for home use, it will replace all those other things. And 1 liter makes 51 liters of usable product, and it helps us maintain a safe home. And then, of course, laundry. This is arguably one of my favorite products. 1 packet of 2 kilos in my home lasts anywhere between 5 and 6 months. So the savings are phenomenal. And because it doesn't have antimicrobials and it is 100% biodegradable, as are all the other products, it is safe to go in my dishwasher because I'm so sure that there will be no residues on my dishes to disrupt my gut bacteria. So with that as a preamble, where do we begin? Okay, let us make a shopping list, shall we? And this is for the new people, for the ladies and gentlemen who have recently joined the family. I just wanted to show you the value of using your products and doing that first thing of becoming a distributor by doing 100 points. That is one of the good habits, and we call it a success habit, to use your product and to ensure that you are building your business as well. So here are examples, 1, 2, 3, 4 to start with, the cleaning products that I've talked about. Then you can take some supplements. This is the very, very foundational one called Trianen. And CalMag is so important. You'll find that people calm down. I like that word, calm, is right in the name. And for people who have a lot of stress, therefore, who can't sleep well, many people are magnesium deficient. That is a fact. It is an indisputable fact. And then perhaps you can add a Trianen for customers. Now, this is a very basic shopping list, so basic that you can add to it. It all depends on where one is starting. But I wanted us to start at the very beginning. So now I'm going to actually have the audacity to discuss some products. So if you look at the point value, all the cleaning products carry 10 points, except the laundry compound, which carries 12. And then you get the big pack has 34 of Trianen, 34 points. CalMag has 12, and the small pack has 17. Already you're over 100 points, okay? Then the average cost, I'll jump over to the US dollar equivalent and estimated average price. About $13, $14, okay, $20. You can work it backwards into the currency you are used to. That comes to 105 points, as I've said. In Rand, it's about that, which is correct. It's more or less 2,000 Rand. It's actually less, but I used a slightly higher figure. And then in dollars, it's about $100. Again, a slightly higher figure. And your savings and profit, you won't need to buy soap for several weeks. It isn't like the ordinary products where you're running to the shop every 3 or 4 weeks. These ones will last you an average of 4 to 6 months. LDC might run faster, but Care might last you a year, okay? And G1 depends on the size of your household. All of them depend on the size of the cleaning that you need to do, the amount of cleaning. So you redirect money with your savings, the savings that you make and the profit, to invest in your health and into your business. So you begin to talk to people. This is such a stunning plan. So here, let me just go through it quickly. I did this just on Sunday, but I'm doing it again. There are 3 daily success habits. You use your products, you change your buying habits, and then you share with other people. So let us say you've talked to people around you, and it is important that you talk to people around you, because you don't want to be the one who is saving the environment and saving the waterways and making sure that you are becoming healthier by removing toxins, and all the neighbors around you are still using toxic products, okay? So you've talked to all the people in your neighborhood and you've shown them that, hey, you can also do 100 points. And now there are 7 of you in this example. Everybody's doing the success habit number 1, which is to use the product. You can get coming back to you by the company who say, thank you for being generous and for talking to other people and for spreading the message that we want everybody healthier and happier and free of financial stress. So we're going to start by giving you a small bonus, okay? Not much. You might not be impressed by that, but this can buy you 2 more products the following month, or 3, or you can invest it in your health into a shake, for example. So one of your neighbors says, oh, okay, if you can do that, I can do it better. Then before long, your business team has grown. You will accordingly be paid more as this friend of yours also gets paid. And now if you can encourage everybody in your neighborhood, pretty soon everybody is using the products. The neighborhood is becoming healthier. Asthma is going down. Obesity is going down. The need to keep on using chronic medication is going down because inflammation is going down. Blood pressure also is beginning to come down. People are sleeping better. Generally, people are happier, right? So now, as a director, you have all these people around you beginning to earn. You who started that team are earning about $500. That's a director basic. It can be more, much more. Then some people will say, okay, I'm in your neighborhood, but I just want to buy from you. Thank you very much. And sure, you turn them into customers, no problem, because there you even make a profit. Stunning stuff. Nothing wrong with that because everybody is prospering. There is a movement called All Shall Prosper. This falls right in line with it. And as long as you remember to learn, to support, to gain support from your team and to develop, becoming a better version of yourself, everybody will prosper and everybody will climb the rungs and we will see the world becoming healthier and happier. I promise you, once you take that decision to do your 100 points and become a distributor, and then encourage other people to do likewise. Director is where you are aiming for. And then beyond that, for example, Emerald Director, you start getting incentives. That is the director that is getting the 4,000 points every month. World Team is when you start developing other directors. And look at the earning potential, over $1,000. Over $3,000 when you become a president's team. Now that is the one who has developed all those 6 friends around him in his neighborhood into directors as well. So it's a long-term business. It isn't a short-term business, but the simplicity of just changing your buying habits, success habit number 1, is what will get you there. And so for those of us who might be wondering, if you're sitting in the audience and saying, should I become a distributor? Yes, please, you're most welcome. Join the family. Let us impact future generations when everyone chooses to change the buying habits and look at the children that we can impact. Because too many children these days are developing overweight and obesity and sluggishness and autism and attention deficit and hyperactivity. And we think it is something out there, when in fact it could be the toxins that we are bringing into our homes. So the key question now is, why Neolife? And I want to stop sharing and get us to have a lively discussion as we help friends and family to connect the dots. It is so important to be able to connect the dots. So welcome. You are welcome to ask questions and I will unmute you. Or if you prefer to write in the chat, that will work too. I've requested Joyce to be the one to look out for any questions. So don't keep quiet. If you keep quiet, I stop the recording.
I want to go first.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I have a workmate. Actually, he was meant to be on this call, but his area, they don't have power this evening. We are having problems in Kenya because of the heavy rains. His daughter, who is 5 years old, has lost the teeth. The gum is black. The teeth is gone, and she doesn't eat well. She has completely lost appetite. I promised I would ask the question for him, although there is what I talked to him about. I tried to connect the dots like you tell us. I asked him about the diet, what the baby has been eating. I asked whether he eats they eat sweets and biscuits. He said no, but he doesn't eat food. He doesn't want food, and particularly she does not want milk. She doesn't take even milk. Mm-hmm. So I thought I would ask for him and then maybe add on to what I talked to him about. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. The child you say is 5 years old?
Yes.
Might you know whether in the infancy, during infancy and early childhood, earlier, there was any need to use antibiotics? Might you know anything about that?
No, I don't know, but I'll ask him tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's an important point. And then secondly, they might say, but we eat well, okay?
Yes.
Sugar is everywhere. Yeah. Sugar is very habit forming. It's actually infused in almost all the food that we call normal, like tomato sauce and all the various things that we eat, okay? And that can cause a lot of disruption if it is coupled, especially if it is coupled with preservatives, to the gut microbiome. You've heard that word several times.
Yes.
That is one aspect. So that is the second aspect. I've asked about antibiotics, which can also destroy the gut microbiome. Preservatives, sugars, artificial sweeteners, all those can destroy the gut microbiome. And once that happens, okay, it sets the foundation for long-term sickness and disease, because suddenly there's inadequate digestion of nutrient or food to extract the nutrients. There is inadequate formation of key short-chain fatty acids that are made in the gut if the bacteria is correct. The big one is called butyrate. Now, butyrate is crucial for the way our immune system functions. And a lot of people have a challenge there. The immune system begins to falter. They can't extract nutrients. The cells can't make key things like hormones. Already, if they don't, they are missing some nutrients like zinc, which is deficient in our soils, like magnesium, which is also deficient. Then when we connect the dots, which I love to do, and I love everybody to be doing it as well, if there is insufficient magnesium and zinc, if the bacteria are all messed up, if there is habit-forming foods that then create cravings for the wrong food, malnutrition happens. And when malnutrition has happened and the immune system is declining and there's no zinc to help with the appetite, you know, maybe the child can't smell very well. I once mentioned that, you know, about children. Everything just begins to go downhill. And yes, there must have been a time when some concerned doctor, okay, here we are, very, very concerned, very well-meaning, may have treated the child with an antibiotic. When that happens, it takes more than 2 years for recovery to happen, if ever, because it may never happen. Why? Because they will pick up something else. Oh, the child now has an earache, an ear infection. Oh, now it's the bladder that is infected. Oh, now it's this. And so antibiotic upon antibiotic, poor nutrition, the detox mechanisms are not working well. That's the other aspect. Over and above that, the soaps that they're using in the environment. Okay, so there are massive numbers of dots that we all need to connect. But where do we begin? A little bit at a time. Everybody has to decide that, hey, I'm tired of this. I'm sick and tired of this. I don't want my child to suffer anymore. Where do I begin? Okay, I'll start by changing my cleaning products. And then when I've got those settled and everybody in the house is used to them and is not wasting them, and the maid isn't used as an excuse for not changing. I've heard that excuse over the last many years. Oh, my maid doesn't like them. Okay, my maid. So the maid rules how the health outcomes of that family will be, which is so sad. Eh? Anyway, so once they start a little bit at a time, then they'll introduce their child to Vita Squares. I don't know, you didn't say whether the child is on Vita Squares.
No.
Is the child? Not yet.
I've just started talking to him, so I was talking to him about that.
Okay, so if they haven't started, yeah, then they'll start. And that is the big dot that we have to overcome. People will rationalize that those things are expensive. Let me wait until the child is sick enough and then I'll take the child to the doctor. And the doctor will give the child some medicines, you know, some cough mixture, lots of chemicals and preservatives, some antibiotic to fix this thing quickly. It's that quick fix mentality that I want us to get away from, because nothing is a quick fix. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Joyce, for that question. And everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it makes sense. Yeah. I think
there's a question. It says, hi, thank you, doctor. I have a friend who is HIV positive. She has developed goiter. What can we recommend? That's Muteo Muli. Muteo Muli, welcome, Muteo. She's my senior manager. Welcome. I didn't even know she was online.
Okay. Thank you for that question. Now that brings up another topic. I think all the questions introduce an aspect that we need to look at. Okay. Yeah, she's got a chronic condition. She's probably on chronic medications. All right. Now, it isn't that she has suddenly developed a goiter. It's just a manifestation that was probably being compensated for a long time until now, with something that I hate mentioning, especially when they're younger people, but hey, all of us will grow older. As the body grows older, okay, things begin to change. One of which we've learned, thanks to Neolife, that the amount of cellular energy that is produced at that level, at a cellular level, declines quite significantly. When we were younger, we had a lot of mitochondria, we had a lot of energy because the cellular energy was being produced. Coenzyme Q10 is produced inside us, and then it starts declining. After the age of about 30, by the time we are between 30 and 50, it has dropped from, let's say we had a bucket full of CoQ10 and it was at 100. By the time we are between 30 and 50, it has dropped to under 50, if you have a scale of CoQ10 measure, okay? So in her case, she's already got a chronic condition and is therefore on chronic medications. Her body has to work doubly hard. And that's the point I'm trying to make. People who already have challenges, like all of us, eh? We have to be so aware that unless we are doing something different and not living life, business as usual, but we are intentionally saying, I'm going to make sure I feed my body with a lot of antioxidants. I'm going to make sure that my hormonal balance is correct. I'm going to make sure that I don't have atrazine and all those xenoestrogens and the effects of herbicides and pesticides. Now, how do you do that? Good question. You start small. And again, that's why I said success habit number one. Use the products in the sense that control the controllables around your house. And then you can start saving. The thyroid is actually speaking, it's saying, I can't breathe, I can't. The cells are growing bigger and bigger because they are perhaps not getting the nourishment and the blood supply anymore, okay? Or adequately. So it is just a manifestation. Anything that grows bigger, it is telling you that, A, there is inflammation, there is poor nutrition here, and there's too many toxins. So yeah, I would say explain properly, introduce them to why in this family we do things the way we do them. Don't promise a quick fix. I mean, we doctors promise quick fixes like you cannot believe. We say, just come here, I'll give you this one and you'll be good to go. Don't make such promises. Those are wild promises. Coming from a doctor, you should believe me, please. And once everybody has settled down and you start mentoring her a little bit at a time, set a new goal. You can set a goal and say, okay, start with TreeNN. After you've changed your cleaning products, introduce TreeNN. That's why my shopping list was like that. Detoxification will begin. The cells start becoming nice and pliable, the cell membrane, such that nutrients can come in, toxins can exit. And as that happens, she will feel better. As she removes the offending things like preservatives and herbicides and obesogens and toxins, that will become even better. Now, it's much more important for her to do a good detox. So you educate her on that. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a detox program, various ways of detoxing. It can happen and she will get better. So let me qualify something though. She should be checked out by her doctor so that they make sure that there is no cause for alarm. These days, the rate of various malignancies is rising. The prevalence is rising. So they need to be sure that that isn't what it has got to. And in her situation, she's immunocompromised. Cancers are more common. Okay. All right. So thank you for that question. Joyce, is there anything?
There's another one from Ombanju Charles. Thanks, the facilitator. I personally enjoyed the discussion and it has been clear. Go ahead and God bless. It's not a question, sorry.
It's a
just a compliment. It's a compliment, yeah. I can't see any other question. I don't know.
Okay. Does anybody want to put up their hands so that we unmute them? Okay, everybody seems to be happy. I chose the topic because nobody volunteered a topic. What I'm trying to do now is to have these at least once a month. I'm so aware that the month-end Tuesday can be tricky for everybody. Thank you. Let me just stop the share, the recording, and